ideas don't wait for experience. They begin early, shaped by curiosity and courage. Our first speaker is a content creator who's in the new generation, an entrepreneur who is redefining what is to build and express. So please, everyone welcome Ms. Karthikaa Kannan, the founder of The Narrative Identity.
A great morning indeed. So, before I begin my talk, I have a question for you all. How many of you have found your passion? Okay. How many of you are still waiting for it? Okay. How many of you don't even know what passion is or haven't thought much about it? Great. So, this is the real question. How many of you has let your passion find you? Purilala, that silence is exactly why I'm standing here. I'm not here to motivate you. I'm here to offer you a different way of seeing yourself. In the Marilla. But yeah, I'm here to offer you a new way of finding your passion. Okay? So the next statement I'm going to say is going to make a lot of you go like this. Want to know what it is? That statement is that nobody finds passion. I can see a few faces really going like that. But wait, let me explain. Nobody finds passion while searching for it. They learn, they move, they evolve, and their passion eventually finds them. And I have this very thing which I believe on so strongly, and it goes like every excuse you're holding on to so tightly is just a story you choose to believe instead of a life you are afraid to build. You give a lot of reasons, but that is the only thing that is stopping you from building your dream life. Okay? They might sound real, logical, or even sound responsible, but they are just reasons. இங்கே ஒரு ரெண்டு மூணு பேரோட மைண்ட் வாய்ஸ்லாம் கேட்குது. நான் ரொம்ப ஒழுங்குலாம் இல்லை, பிகாஸ் ஈவன் ஐ டோல் மை செல்ஃப் எவ்ரி சிங்கிள் ஒன் ஆஃப் திஸ் ரீசன்ஸ் டூ. அண்ட் வாட் ஃபைனலி ஹெல்ப் மீ சேஞ்ச் எவ்ரி திங் வாஸ் திஸ் கொஸ்டின்: am I going to keep this story or am I going to write a new one? So before I tell you what the story is, let me tell you who is telling it. I am Karthikaa Kannan. People call me KK. I am 18 years old. I am a student, an entrepreneur, a content creator, a mentor, a public speaker, now a TEDx speaker too. But I think none of that is truly who I am. I think I am a girl who fought against every single force that tried to tell her what she is allowed and not allowed to become. I am a girl who wanted to try everything, be everywhere, and still stand out in my unique way. I am a girl you probably know, in your friends, in your family, the one who's always asking too many questions, always too curious, and always a little too much for the room she's in. But I think this phrase better concludes who I really am. I am a girl who figured a way out of all the things she went through and finally found who she really is. And what helped me find myself was my passion. And as I also mentor students, I see a lot of students like this struggling to find their passion. And I thought this might be the best topic to talk about today. And if you're one of those students struggling to find your passion, this is for you. Because after the next few minutes, you will realize that nobody actually finds passion. And you all have different definitions of passion, right? Like seeing all these Gen Z words over here and giving your own meaning to it. I can see two of them in the crowd go like, மாப்பிள்ள இவன் தாண்டா எங்கேயோ செமையாக வாங்கியிருக்கான், இங்கே வந்து வேற யாரோ வாங்கின மாதிரி சொல்லிக்கிட்டு இருக்கான். Fine, I agree. I don't belong to Gen Z. But yeah, as you all have your own definition for what is passion, let me tell you something what nobody ever properly taught me. Before identifying it, passion just looks like a hobby. Something you do anytime, something that makes you happy, something you do even when you get absolutely nothing in return. It just starts like that, quiet, unannounced, and something you keep coming back to. But what after you identify it is it becomes your purpose. No, I'm not kidding. Your passion will lead you to the purpose of your life. Let me explain. When you have passion, you automatically have goals with it. And these goals will definitely teach you something when you chase them about you, yourself, your family, It teaches you about the world, the people, even about yourself. And these goals, after the lessons you learned, the impact you create through it, be it for yourself, your family, or for someone you don't even know, that becomes the purpose of your life. And eventually, the impact you create will make you more passionate. So that is what I realized is by finding your passion, you have a greater chance of finding the purpose of your life. Now I can see a lot of you be like, who is this 18-year-old kid talking about the purpose of life? Right? You wonder how I know it. I know it because I'm living it. I know it because I found it. And I didn't find it by reading it in any book, hearing it in a lecture, not even a podcast or not in a speech like this. I found it by ignoring every voice I heard, every piece of advice I got, and every myth I was told. I found it just by doing what I felt like doing, what I loved doing, and what I knew I could live my whole life doing. After I found it, a lot of things happened. It exhausted me, it broke me, it made me cry, but it gave me myself. And that is when I realized, Ave Anjala Macha. Because even when it makes me cry, it also consoles me. Even when it made me tired, it made me happy. And I believe nothing else has the power to break me because nothing else has the power to rebuild me the way my passion does. And let me be clear, passion is not just something you love. Hear it. Passion is not just something you love, it is something that loves you back. And you all might think, okay, அப்போ என் பேஷனை நான் கண்டுபிடிச்சிட்டேன்னா லைஃப் சூப்பரில் அப்படின்னு. Let me give you a reality check. This is how it might also look. But passion is not the thing that makes your life easy, right? It is the thing that makes your life yours. ஸோ என்ன ஆனாலும் எவ்வளோ கஷ்டம் அது கொடுத்தாலும் ஐ திங்க் இட் இஸ் ஒர்த் இட். அண்ட் நவ் யூ ஆல் மைட் வண்டர், இவ்வளோ பேசுகிறாளே, வாட் வில் பி ஹர் பேஷன் அண்ட் ஹவு டிட் ஐ ஃபைண்ட் இட்? சொல்கிறேன். ஐ திங்க் மை பேஷன் இஸ் கிரியேட்டிங். Be it creating videos, creating art, creating opportunities, creating jobs, even creating problems. மற்ற எல்லாத்துலேயும் நான் கொஞ்சம் ஆவரேஜ் தான், பட் அட் கிரியேட்டிங் ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் ஐ எம் an expert. But no worries, we'll eventually create solutions also for that. So, because I loved creating, I became an entrepreneur. Because I loved creating, I became a content creator. And because I loved creating, I am still exploring, experimenting, and finding new ways to create new things that makes my heart happy. And when I tell you I found it, you all are waiting for what this meme is, right? Let me tell you. And when I say I found it, it definitely did not look like this. It did not look like a moment of spark. It was not a disclosure, an announcement, not even a confession. It looked like this small girl with big dreams, absolutely with no money, no knowledge, and no reason to believe it would work, finally made it. When I started content creation, I did not have a camera. Oh, wait, I didn't even have a good phone. I didn't know scripting. I didn't even know videos need to be scripted. I didn't know editing. I didn't know anything. And I had no money, no equipments, nothing. But you know what? I started anyway. Why did I start? Because this hit me like a brick. I realized nobody is coming to save me. I realized I should save me, and only I can do that. I realized nothing is going to change until I do something. And at that time, I had two paths right in front of me. One, try nothing and stay the same. Two, try something, win ridiculously or fail miserably. But at the very least, carry the relief of knowing I tried. The probability of something better, which is winning, existed only in path 2. So, of course, what will an optimist like me choose? Path 2. And I just started. I didn't start because when I started, I wasn't at zero, I was at minus. And I started just to become zero, just to reach the ground level so that I could finally begin. And what took me from zero to minus was the time I was waiting for the perfect moment to come. Trust me, it doesn't exist. Never, ever, ever make this mistake of waiting for a perfect moment to come. If I had waited for clarity, I would still be waiting. If I had said that I will only take my first step when my next 100 steps are clear, I would still have never moved. And I realized this beautiful thing. It goes like the first step doesn't require a roadmap because the first step is itself the roadmap. And eventually, this is what happened when I started. I just figured it out. I learned scripting, storytelling, editing, everything as I went. And I just became better at it, learning new things. I was always a movie buff. Okay, how many of you like movies? Okay, a lot of you are very similar to me, I guess, then. I was always a movie buff. And every movie I watched ever since I was a kid, it played a huge role in making my content creation better. Because in every movie I watched, I was learning scripting, storytelling, screenplay without even realizing it. And that is when the universe decided to show me how much it loves me. Everything I was searching for me. And I found my passion. Okay. How do you think I found it? Did I found it by sitting still and thinking what my passion could be? No. I found it because I had been moving all along, doing something I love, watching, observing, and feeling. And I just want you to understand this thing. Clarity doesn't come before action, clarity comes through action. Standing here, I can learn how much ever times how to swim, but I can only swim if I jump into the water. And when I tell you I found it, I actually want to let you know how finding it actually looked like and what it gave me. Okay? I am now an entrepreneur, which I always dreamed to be. I worked with a few companies, I worked for a few brands, a few globally also, and I am part of South India's biggest marketing firms. All these things I've done. And oh, this dream of being an entrepreneur, I had this since this age, and this man is the reason for it. It came true through the very thing everyone told me not to do. Even my parents were against me creating content. This was their reaction when I told them I was going to create content. And my mom was a bit easy to convince, after a few hard conversations, tears, fights, begging, getting beatings, a lot of other things also. But at last, making her sit and explain why I loved it, why I wanted to do it, and what it can do to me if I do it right, which I didn't know back then, I was just bluffing. It worked, okay? She agreed. And before I could be happy about the fact that my mom agreed, I saw my dad. I wrote here that my dad told no, but the reality is that he did not just stop with telling a no. He gave me every possible reason, the worst reason as to why it won't work and what will be the worst outcomes of it. I mean, the worst. But I am an optimist. And you know what is the funny thing that is hurting a lot? Being an optimistic daughter and having a pessimistic father. He still has this habit of, finding fault in things. Nothing has changed till today, except one thing. That same man who told me not to post that, don't post this, because what will people think? What will society think? What will the family think? That same man who once told me all those things now tells me to post this picture of me getting an award so that more and more people can be inspired. Do we get what happened here? I did not win him over with becoming. I mean, not through explanations, not through fights, not with any arguments. I won him over through the process. I won him over through the transformation. And I think when you follow your passion, you don't just transform yourself, it is your becoming that transforms everybody around you. And my passion gave me an identity. I have some cute pictures of me coming next, so stay tuned. So yeah, I was a national level tennis player until my age of 13. And when I lost tennis, I lost a part of me. I lost my identity. And right now, I have a very great, very big identity, which was what they introduced me to the stage, an entrepreneur. And I think this identity, which my passion gave me, it will remain in this world even after I am gone. So, my passion gave me an identity. And I had no proper friends anywhere until I stopped worrying about people who only I thought as friends. Typically, a one sided friendship. But eventually, when I ignored all those stuff and just focused on myself, my family was not supportive, my friends, oh, well, I didn't have any. But when I stopped chasing those connections and started following only my passion, and when I did what I loved, my passion gave me people who are really, really good people. They are the kind of people who value me, who understand me, who love me. And these people, they would stand with me against the whole world. And I am damn sure you only get to find people like that in the journey of finding your passion. Because that journey shows you who you are. And you don't find your people by searching for them. You don't find your people by searching for them. You find your people by finding yourself, and they are just the byproduct of your becoming. I am forever grateful for everything that my passion gave me. It gave me a family that believes in me. It made my dreams come true. It gave me an identity. It gave me such a supportive community. My passion made people who I don't even know trust me, love me, remember me, and be inspired from me. I am very, very grateful for my passion just because it gave me myself. Okay? Because even if everything it gave me vanishes tomorrow, I will still have this. And you all might wonder how this might have happened and how you can find it. Remember earlier I told you that nobody finds their passion? Nobody actually does. They just move, they start, they learn, they evolve, they become, and their passion finds them. So let me leave you with how you can make your passion find you in the most simplest way. You don't need to have it all figured out, okay? You don't need a perfect moment to start. It doesn't exist. You don't need everyone around you believe in you before you begin. What you need is to move. Just move. Even blindly, even badly, even alone. Reintroducing myself. I am Karthikaa Kannan. People call me KK. I'm 18 years old and I found my passion. I am still a girl who is creating, becoming, exploring, and bettering up as the best version of me. And so are you. Let you find your passion. Okay? Let me end with this. I did not tell you that when you find yourself, you will find everything. I'm sorry if I meant it, or I'm sorry if I made you think that way. What I mean is that when you find yourself, you won't find everything. But everything, absolutely everything, will find you, my friend. Thank you.